CAA fans, do you want to feel the excitement of March Madness like never before? CAAtickets.com is the source for your premium seating options for the 2014 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. The road starts here.
Joined by Delaware head coach Monte Ross. To his left is Jarvis Street. To his right, Davon Usher will start with an opening comment from Coach Ross and then open up for questions. If you have any questions, raise your hand. We'll bring the microphone around. Coach?
Well, it's really good to get that first game under your belt because you're always nervous, especially when a team has had the opportunity to get some game pressure like they did last night. So, you know, I thought we played. Although we have an older and experienced group, I thought we're not nervous, but jittery. I thought we had to get the jitters out in the first half. And, you know, it was basically an exercise in just trying to keep the game manageable. And I thought our guys really did that. And then in the second half, I thought we were able to impose our will on the game, especially on the defensive end, holding them to less than 38% in the second half. So, again, really happy to advance and survive and get an opportunity to play on Sunday. Time's yours.
Question? Question? Right.
Yeah. Coach, this game went a lot like the first two games. Was there any discussion at halftime about, you know, kind of trying to regroup and say, look, we've been in this situation before and, you know, we're here again and we can win this again?
Well, it's just a situation where, you know, I think Joe does a heck of a job of preparing those guys, and they play hard and they do everything. So, you know, we understand that the game is 40 minutes. We've been down at half for 3 times that we played these guys. I think the key for us is we have a bunch of guys that don't panic, and they understand that it's going to be 40 minutes, and you have to play all 40 minutes in order to win in the CAA period, but especially at tournament time. So I just thought that, you know, for me, it doesn't have to be a big rah-rah speech in terms of, look, we've been here, let's, it was just, okay, these are the 3 things that we need to focus in on. Let's do these 3 things, and then we'll be okay. But ultimately, it's these guys that have to do it, and I'm proud that they were able to do it.
Hey, Davon, you know, obviously this team doesn't get phased. You know, you've been in these situations. Why do you think that is? And you know, what was it like out there today? Even was there?
We pretty much stuck to the game plan. We knew this was going to be a physical game, and we knew that they could score the ball. We just had to focus on our defense and stopping them from scoring because we knew we could score, and we just stuck to the game plan and tightened up on defense in the second half, and that's what we did by holding them to 36 points in the second half.
Monte, do you think maybe, right down here, sorry. Do you think maybe you guys came out a little too amped up and that attributed to Hofstra's fast start?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't ever want our guys, I don't ever feel like they're too amped up. I'd rather them be too amped up than go through the motions and think that we're just going to throw it out there and win the game. And, you know, consistently these guys all year long have come out with great energy, great emotion. And I thought we did today. I thought Hofstra did an excellent job of making shots, and you know, we gave up a lot of layups in the first half, which I thought we did a better job in the second half. But no, I want these guys to be energized, and because we know if we're energized, if we play with good passion, that you know, it increases our chances of winning the game.
Hey Monte, right here. You kind of set the stage for my question a little bit there. They were getting some stuff inside in the first half. What did you feel was the best adjustment you guys made defensively to make it more difficult for them to score in the second half, but also for you guys to kind of get your transition game unleashed a little bit, because that was very important.
See, I know where you're going with this. You want me to say it was our zone, and I'm not going to say that. No, I thought the biggest thing was we kept them from getting layups. We just allowed too many layups in the first half. The points in the paint in the first half, they had 20 of their 40 were, you know, in the lane, and that just, we wanted to make sure that they took a contested jump shot every single time. So that was the biggest key, just really, bunkering down. But to be honest with you, they had a lot to do with them getting layups. You know what I mean? We were trying to stop them in the first half. We just weren't executing defensively the way that we needed to. But I give a lot of credit to Hofstra and Joe and the way those guys were prepared to play.
Davon, you're from this area. Can you just talk about getting to play here at the Baltimore Arena and play in your hometown and lead the team today?
It was a good experience to play home, but it really didn't matter what we played. We just wanted to win the game, get the first one under our belt. And we had a lot of Delaware fans come down. I just want to give credit to all the Delaware fans that came down and supported us.
That's fine.
Hey, Jarvis, with all the games that you missed, I mean, you've only been back now a couple weeks. I mean, are you kind of starting to get the cobwebs out, and did you kind of feel in the second half a little bit that you were kind of your old self, and it was, back in January again, and you were, kind of playing in old Jarvis Street stride there a little bit?
Well, I wouldn't say my old self. We started playing defense, and we know we can score the ball. So, once we picked it up defensively and just wanted to make them shoot hard shots and contest each shot, and we got a few steals and we were able to get out on the break. And that's what we do probably better than any team in the league.
You were able to force 11 turnovers in the second half, which enabled you to guys 25 9 points off turnovers, 16-0 fast break. What was so different in the second half?
Well, I think, it's interesting. I give these guys a lot of leeway and a lot of, I wouldn't say complete autonomy, but I listen to them. Because I have so much trust in the group. I'm not saying it's to the extent of Greg Popovich where I just say, I don't have anything for you and walk out. I don't do that. But what they want to do, instead of pressing, they want to just pick up man-to-man, full court. And, they look to the bench and say, hey, let's do that. But they know once they ask to do that, if it's yes, it better work. And so I thought that's what one of the reasons was we were able to turn them over, because we pressed up on them. And it really wasn't our pressure or our press. It was more our man-to-man defense. But that was these guys wanting to get up and extend the floor and really make them have to work for every dribble, every pass, and every shot. And it worked. And I think that's why we were able to force 11 turnovers in the second half. Excuse me? Yeah. What we do is when we're setting up our press is normally when we're shooting a free throw. And I called the press, and they said, no, we just want to go whatever our full court man-to-man is. And again, these guys are in tune to what's going on out there. And I always say to them, like, look, you guys are going to see things out there on the court that we as coaches don't see. So, give us some suggestions. Sometimes it's, no, you're crazy, get out of here, we're not doing that. But most of the time it's, all right, look, we'll get at a try. And they always give suggestions in the huddle. And I like to think, probably early on, I was probably bullheaded and wouldn't listen to the players, but now, they have ownership in what goes on out there and with our program. So I trust these guys, and it's worked out a little bit.
Jarvis, this is your second straight year in the semis. How is this team different from last year? And you learn anything from that experience last year?
Any given night, you don't know who's gonna step up and who's gonna have a great game. That's what's hard to defend about this team. You got 3 to 4 guys who can explode any night, and it's hard to game plan for that. So, so as long as we bring it defensively, I mean, this team, the sky's the limit.
Jarvis, you had a big second half. Do you think with their short bench and their foul trouble that you guys were able to wear them down to help open up that lead?
Well, yeah, that definitely played a part. And like I said, I mean, we just picked it up defensively. We're a team that, offensively we're gifted, but we pride ourselves on defense. And, we made a couple adjustments and made them shoot some tough shots, and, we was able to run out on the break.
Hey, Davon, do you guys come out of this game feeling like, okay, that may work in the first round, in the quarterfinals, but in the semis we got to be a little bit better start to finish?
Definitely. Our coach always preached to us to start the first 4 minutes and come out strong. And it might work with some teams, but you never know. It might not work against others. So we just need to come out and just play tough defense from beginning to end. Because if we play tough defense and lock in, we have the confidence in one another that no one can guard all 5 of us at the same time on the court.
Anything else for these guys? Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.